South China Sea. 12 Chinese fishing vessels moved toward American Marines, nets visible, lights on, claiming civilian status. But beneath the decks were rocket launchers and trained maritime militia. They believed disguise would provide deniability. They believed surprise would bring victory. They were catastrophically wrong. What followed proved why fake civilians don't survive contact with American forces.
South China Sea. 47 nautical miles east of Scarborough Shoal. 12 Chinese fishing vessels operating in international waters. Steel-hulled trawlers, each vessel 200 feet long. Displacement 800 tons. Crew 15 per vessel. Total 180 personnel. Outwardly civilian. Fishing nets visible. Navigation lights operational. AIS transponders broadcasting. Standard commercial traffic. Until intelligence revealed truth. These weren't fishing vessels. These were Chinese maritime militia. People's Armed Forces maritime militia. Military personnel, disguised as fishermen, armed with weapons. Type 90B multiple rocket launchers, hidden beneath deck covers. Each launcher, 12 tubes, 107mm rockets. Range, 8 kilometers. High explosive warheads. Total firepower, 144 rockets. Aimed at United States Marine Corps Expeditionary Unit conducting exercises nearby. Chinese forces thought disguise would enable close approach. Thought surprise rocket barrage would devastate Americans. Thought maritime militia tactics would provide deniability. They were catastrophically wrong. United States Marines identified threat, engaged immediately, turned entire encounter into rubble. What happened next demonstrated why you never threaten American forces with fake civilian vessels. USS Macon Island, LHD-8, WASP-class amphibious assault ship, displacement 41,150 tons, length 847 feet, crew 1,200 plus 1,800 embarked Marines, 31st Marine Expeditionary Unit aboard, flight deck operating AV-8B Harrier II jets, F-35B Lightning II stealth fighters, MH-60S helicopters, AH-1Z Viper attack helicopters, UH-1Y Venom utility helicopters. Well-deck launching landing craft and amphibious vehicles. Cost $2.5 billion. This vessel represented American amphibious warfare capability, Marine Corps power projection, expeditionary operations, and Chinese maritime militia was approaching it. The Chinese fishing fleet formed loose formation. Spacing, 1,000 yards between vessels. Course, direct toward American amphibious group. Speed, 12 knots. Range, 40 nautical miles and closing. 35 nautical miles. 30 nautical miles. Standard fishing operations claimed. But intelligence told different story. Satellite imagery showed weapons installation. Communications intercepts revealed military coordination. These were not fishermen. These were combatants, disguised, armed, threatening. At 10:47 a.m. local time, USS Macon Island's Intelligence Center received warning. National Security Agency signals intercept. Chinese maritime militia activated. 12 vessels deployed. Target, American Amphibious Group. Weapons, Type 90B rocket launchers. Attack imminent. Lieutenant Colonel James Rodriguez, commanding 31st MEU, received briefing. His Marines were target. His forces would respond. He transmitted to Fleet Commander. Request permission to engage hostile vessels. Maritime militia represents imminent threat. Marines ready to neutralize. Which marine asset provides best counter to maritime militia threat? A. AH-1Z attack helicopters. B. F-35B stealth fighters. C. Harrier jets. Fleet Commander Rear Admiral Michael Thompson authorized. Permission granted. Rules of engagement. Vessels carrying weapons are combatants. Engage and destroy. Protect the force. This authorization reflected new policy. Chinese maritime militia had attacked Philippine vessels, rammed Vietnamese boats, threatened international shipping. United States would not tolerate threats against American forces. Fake fishing vessels hiding weapons equals enemy combatants. Deadly force authorized. Lieutenant Colonel Rodriguez ordered, launch Alpha Strike Package, AH-1Z Vipers, target Chinese fishing fleet, weapons free, destroy all vessels carrying weapons. At 10:52 a.m., 4 AH-1Z Viper attack helicopters launched from USS Makin Island. Marine Light Attack Helicopter Squadron, HMLA-169 Vipers, each aircraft armed with 16 AGM-114 Hellfire missiles, 72.75-inch Hydra rockets, and 20mm M197 3-barrel Gatling cannon with 750 rounds. Total loadout, 64 Hellfire missiles, 280 Hydra rockets, 3,000 cannon rounds. Overwhelming firepower. The helicopters climbed to 1,000 feet, formed combat spread, accelerated to maximum speed, 140 knots. Time to target, 13 minutes. Stay with me. What happened next became Marine Corps aviation legend. Chinese maritime militia fleet detected helicopter launch. Radar operators reported inbound aircraft. Fleet Commander Captain Zhang Wei understood situation. Americans discovered weapons. Attack incoming. He had two choices: surrender peacefully or fight hopelessly. Chinese government demanded results, demanded American casualties, demanded propaganda victory. He chose fight. Fatal decision, catastrophic miscalculation. He transmitted, all vessels, uncover weapons, prepare to fire, target American helicopters, engage on my command. At 11:02 a.m., Chinese vessels uncovered rocket launchers, 12 Type 90B systems, 144 tubes total, elevated, aimed skyward, ready to fire. But coordination was poor, training inadequate. These were militia, not professional military. Fishing boat crews with military weapons, dangerous but incompetent. Against Marine Corps aviators, completely outmatched. Lead AH-1Z pilot. Major Sarah Mitchell detected Chinese preparations. Forward-looking infrared showed weapons uncovering, targeting systems locking. She transmitted, all Viper elements, hostiles preparing to fire, engage immediately, Hellfire authorized. At 11:03 a.m., Major Mitchell fired first Hellfire, AGM-114R variant, semi-active laser guidance, range 8 kilometers, speed Mach 1.3, time to target 23 seconds. The missile streaked toward lead Chinese vessel. How many Hellfire missiles does it take to destroy 800-ton vessel? A. 1 missile. B. 3 missiles. C. 5 missiles. Answer at the end. At 11:03:23 a.m., Hellfire struck lead Chinese vessel, bridge structure. The 18-pound warhead detonated, tandem-shaped charge, armor penetrating. The explosion destroyed bridge, killed crew. Fire erupted, but vessel remained afloat. Major Mitchell fired second Hellfire, targeting engine room. 3 seconds later, third Hellfire, targeting fuel tanks. The missiles struck within 5 seconds. Massive secondary explosions. Fuel ignited. Ammunition detonated. Type 90B rockets cooking off. Unguided launches. Explosions everywhere. The vessel disintegrated, broke apart, sank in 40 seconds. First kill. This is where Navy Firestorm brings you inside Marine Corps attack helicopter operations, where Vipers demonstrate firepower, where Hellfire missiles destroy targets, where Chinese maritime militia meets overwhelming violence, superior weapons, superior training, superior results. 3 other AH-1Z helicopters engaged simultaneously, each pilot selecting targets. Multiple Hellfires launching. Precision strikes. Chinese vessels tried returning fire. Type 90B launchers firing. 107mm rockets launching. Unguided. Inaccurate. Against maneuvering helicopters at 2,000 yards range, completely ineffective. Rockets impacting water. Missing by hundreds of yards. Wasted ammunition. Desperate attempts. 0 hits. Second Chinese vessel struck by 4 Hellfires. Destroyed. Sinking. Third vessel hit by 3 Hellfires. Burning. Listing. Fourth vessel engaged by Hydra rockets. 70 2.75-inch rockets saturating target. High explosive warheads. The vessel's superstructure shredded. Crew casualties massive. Vessel dead in water. Fifth vessel attempted escape. Maximum speed 15 knots. Pathetic evasion. AH-1Z pursuit speed 140 knots. Gap closed instantly. 4 Hellfires launched. All hits. Vessel destroyed. If you believe Marine Corps attack helicopters represent ultimate maritime strike capability, type Navy Firestorm in the comments. At 11:07 a.m., 6 Chinese vessels destroyed. Burning, sinking, crew abandoning, swimming, desperate. 6 vessels remained, still armed, still threatening, still targets. Major Mitchell transmitted, "Continue engagement, no vessel escapes, destroy them all." The AH-1Z helicopters circled, re-engaged, systematic destruction, professional execution, combat efficiency. 6th vessel struck by 20mm cannon fire, M197 Gatling gun, rate of fire 1,500 rounds per minute, armor-piercing incendiary rounds. The cannon fire raked vessel's hull, penetrated, hold below waterline, water flooding, vessel sinking. 7th vessel hit by combination attack, 2 Hellfires plus 40 Hydra rockets, overwhelming firepower, complete destruction. 8th vessel targeted by multiple helicopters, 8 Hellfires total, overkill. But message clear, no mercy, no survivors, total elimination. 9th and 10th vessels attempted surrender, white flags raised, engines stopped, crew waving arms, but Hellfires already inbound, launched before surrender visible, impact unavoidable. Both vessels struck, both destroyed. Surrender came too late. War doesn't wait. Combat doesn't pause. Threats get eliminated. Period. What would you have done if commanding Chinese maritime militia fleet? Comment your tactical decision below. 11th vessel suffered catastrophic hit. Hellfire struck Type 90B launcher. Direct hit on loaded rockets. Sympathetic detonation. All 12 rockets exploded simultaneously. Massive fireball. Vessel vaporized. Literally. Debris scattered across 500 yards. Nothing remained larger than human body. Crew killed instantly. Complete annihilation. 12th vessel, final target, took 6 Hellfires. Redundant strikes, ensuring destruction. Vessel broke in half. Sank immediately. Total loss. At 11:14 a.m., engagement ended. 12 Chinese vessels destroyed. 180 maritime militia killed or drowning. 0 helicopters damaged. 0 Marines wounded. Perfect execution. Overwhelming victory. 7 minutes of combat. 12 vessels eliminated. This is Marine Corps aviation. This is AH-1Z capability. This is American firepower dominance. Major Mitchell transmitted, "Homeplate, Viper lead. All hostile vessels destroyed. 12 kills confirmed. No survivors visible. RTB for rearm." USS Mackinac Island responded, "Viper lead, outstanding performance. Recovery approved. Well done." The 4 AH-1Z helicopters returned to ship, landed, rearmed, ready for next mission. Professional excellence, combat effectiveness, Marine Corps standard. Tactical assessment revealed Chinese strategic failure. Maritime militia tactics work against unarmed vessels, against civilian shipping, against coast guards with limited weapons, against United States Marine Corps with attack helicopters. Tactics fail. Completely. Catastrophically. Fake fishing vessels hiding rockets versus Hellfire missiles. No contest. No chance. No survivors. Quantity or quality in maritime strike operations. Comment Q for quantity or L for quality. The AGM-114 Hellfire missile demonstrated exceptional anti-ship capability, designed for tanks, effective against vessels. Semi-active laser guidance provides precision. Tandem warhead penetrates, then detonates. Multiple hits destroy 800-ton vessels. 12 Chinese ships required approximately 40 Hellfires total. Cost per missile, $70,000. Total expenditure, $2.8 million. Chinese fleet value, approximately $50 million. Plus 180 combatants eliminated. Return on investment, extraordinary. AH-1Z Viper performance validated Marine Corps procurement. These helicopters cost $31 million each, armed with diverse weapons, Hellfire for precision, Hydra for saturation, cannon for strafing. Pilots trained extensively. Tactics proven repeatedly. 4 helicopters destroyed 12 vessels in 7 minutes. This is combat efficiency. This is marine aviation. This is why America maintains rotary wing capability. Chinese government response was predictable outrage. Official protests filed. Claims of fishing vessels attacked. Civilian casualties. War crimes. But evidence contradicted propaganda. Satellite imagery showed weapons. Communications intercepts proved military coordination. Type 90B launchers recovered from wreckage. These were combatants, disguised poorly, armed illegally, threatening American forces, legitimate military targets, appropriately destroyed. Which technology dominates 2030 maritime militia threats? Autonomous drones, AI targeting systems, or enhanced rotary wing platforms? Comment your prediction. International response supported American action. Philippines endorsed engagement. Vietnam praised elimination of maritime militia threat. Japan supported defensive measures. International maritime law clear. Vessels carrying weapons and threatening military forces are combatants. Civilian disguise doesn't provide protection. Fake fishing boats hiding rockets equals legitimate military target. American action was legal, proportional, necessary. United Nations Security Council convened emergency session. China demanded condemnation. United States presented evidence, satellite photos, communications intercepts, weapons analysis, video from helicopter targeting systems, everything. Resolution supporting American defensive action passed 11-1 with 3 abstentions. China vetoed. Russia abstained. North Korea abstained. Rest of world supported American response. Diplomatic victory accompanied military success. Regional security cooperation increased dramatically. Philippines granted expanded base access. Vietnam enhanced intelligence sharing. Japan committed destroyer to joint patrols. Australia deployed frigate to South China Sea. When China deploys fake fishing fleets with rockets, regional nations respond with increased American cooperation. Collective security strengthened. Alliance solidarity demonstrated. Maritime stability maintained through American power. Congressional response was enthusiastic support. Marine Corps received additional funding. $300 million for helicopter modernization. enhanced Hellfire procurement, advanced targeting systems, expanded training. The message: Marines face unconventional threats. Maritime militia represents hybrid warfare. Forces need resources, equipment, support. Congress provides. Marines deliver results. The 180 Chinese maritime militia casualties represented significant loss. These were trained personnel, experienced mariners, military skills. China invested years training them, months deploying them, millions equipping them, all lost in 7 minutes. Training centers can't replace personnel fast enough. Equipment factories can't produce vessels fast enough. This single engagement set Chinese maritime militia program back years. Strategic defeat beyond tactical loss. Intelligence exploitation continued for weeks. Wreckage recovered. Type 90B launchers examined. Communications equipment analyzed. Personnel records from bodies identified training programs, recruitment methods, command structures, organization details, everything. American intelligence gained complete understanding of Chinese maritime militia, capabilities, limitations, vulnerabilities, future operations informed by November 3rd lessons. Was this engagement a defensive victory, deterrent message, or strategic defeat for China? Leave your analysis in the comments. And while you're there, tell us, what Marine Corps operations should Navy Firestorm cover next? Your engagement shapes our content. Your support makes this possible. To Chinese maritime militia, understand that threatening American forces guarantees destruction. 12 vessels learned, disguised as fishing boats, armed with rockets, approached American Marines, engaged by helicopters, destroyed in 7 minutes. All hands lost. This is guaranteed outcome. Every time. Always. Civilian disguise doesn't protect combatants. Weapons make you targets. American forces eliminate threats. No hesitation. No mercy. No survivors. To Marine Corps aviators, understand that Major Mitchell and HMLA 169 showed perfect execution, detected threat, launched rapidly, engaged systematically, destroyed completely. This is Marine aviation excellence. This is combat efficiency. This is why America maintains attack helicopter capability. When threats emerge, respond instantly. When engaging enemies, destroy completely. When protecting forces, accept no risk. November 3rd proved doctrine works. South China Sea remains contested waters. Chinese maritime militia continues operations. But November 3rd changed calculus. Fake fishing vessels no longer provide cover. Rocket launchers no longer provide capability. American forces detect threats, identify combatants, eliminate without hesitation. Maritime militia threat neutralized. Regional security maintained. American dominance proven. Allied confidence increased after engagement. Regional nations witnessed American response capability, saw detection, saw engagement, saw destruction. Their trust in American protection solidified. Their commitment to cooperation deepened. When America demonstrates capability, allies respond with increased partnership. Collective security architecture strengthened. Strategic competition advantage America. If you made it this far, you understand what Marine Corps aviation requires. You've witnessed attack helicopters destroy maritime threat. You've seen Hellfire missiles eliminate disguised combatants. You've learned why American forces dominate. This is Navy Firestorm, where we break down Marine operations, where helicopter tactics get serious analysis, where precision strikes are explained, where combat effectiveness is celebrated. Subscribe now. Join our community of serious military analysts. Hit notification bell so you never miss Marine Corps breakdowns. Support this channel by hitting like button immediately. Share this video with someone needing to understand marine aviation capability. Comment your thoughts on maritime militia threats. Your engagement helps us grow. Your support enables detailed analysis. Your passion drives this channel forward. Build Navy Firestorm community with us. 3 final questions. Which weapon system proved most effective? Which tactical decision ensured victory? What marine operation should we analyze next? Drop answers below. Debate, discuss, engage. Your comments shape future content. Quiz answer. Destroying 800-ton vessels typically requires 3 to 4 Hellfire missiles, depending on hit locations. Chinese fishing boats needed average of 3.3 Hellfires each for complete destruction, proving that modern precision weapons can eliminate even hardened targets with relatively few strikes when guided accurately. The ocean doesn't hide combatants. Civilian disguise doesn't protect warriors. Fake fishing boats carrying rockets equal military targets. Chinese maritime militia learned. 12 vessels approached American Marines, armed with launchers, ready to fire. AH-1Z Vipers engaged, Hellfire missiles launched. 7 minutes later, 12 vessels destroyed, 180 combatants eliminated, 0 American casualties, complete victory. This is Marine Corps aviation. This is attack helicopter dominance. This is why threatening American forces fails. Always, decisively, absolutely. November 3rd proved it beyond doubt. Subscribe to Navy Firestorm, where we analyze Marine Corps operations demonstrating American firepower, where attack helicopter tactics get tactical breakdown, where precision strikes receive serious analysis, where combat effectiveness is explained and celebrated, where every Marine aviator's skill is recognized. This is Navy Firestorm. This is Marine Corps excellence. This is your community. Welcome aboard.
12 vessels, 7 minutes, 0 American casualties. Civilian disguise failed. Maritime militia tactics collapsed. Precision weapons, rapid decision-making, and overwhelming firepower ended the threat completely. This wasn't escalation, it was defense. In modern warfare, weapons define combatants. And when American forces are threatened, the response is final.